Did you and a few friends just watch a movie? Do you and said friends have an opinion on what they've collectively seen? Did Taylor and John have to make a last-minute scheduling change so this episode feels phoned in? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then it's time to strap on your VR goggles, fire up the old computer, and jump into the Oasis, because we're discussing Ready Player One on today's...
Maybe someone shot your parents, ran over your pet, and you spend your hours crying, just trying to forget. If your best friend moved to college, your lover ran away with someone much better looking and a whole lot better paid. Oh, but we'll be your friends. We'll be your friends.
Hooray! Alright. Hello and welcome to another week of We'll Be Your Friends, the podcast that inspired Taco to sing the song Puttin' on the Ritz. I'm your host, Taylor, a.k.a. Big Scrimpin'. To my right, well, I guess across the room for today, is John. John, what's going up? You're not in your normal seat.
Yeah, I got lost, as I do mostly. I tried to turn on my GPS, and I just said, I'm going to pull over and ask directions, and this all happened in one small room. It was pretty weird, so here I am.
Lo and behold. So, this week, let's get real with our listeners for a second, for all 5 of them. We had a different episode planned for this week. We were going to do something with a friend of John's. His name is Nick. Nick, if you're listening to this episode, we're sorry. But we had a little scheduling snafu. We'll just say that. We had planned to have a nice little fun in-between episode for you guys, because John, myself, and a few friends from our repertoire of friends, and some new ones, decided we were going to go see a movie this weekend, and then have a light discussion about the movie, because it all meant something different to all of us. Now, because of the scheduling change, we decided to just make our episode about this. So we didn't really have that much time to put as much effort as we usually do. Things are going to be a little bit different. Either way, let's get into it. John, instead of this week's beer segment, we have this week's soda segment. And why is that?
Because it was close to the theater.
Exactly.
And feels phoned in.
But a better reason would be that it is nostalgia-fueled, like the movie we saw, which was 100% a nostalgia grab.
Exactly.
Ready Player One.
Boom.
If you're not familiar with it, pause the podcast and go see it if you want to play along. If you don't, spoilers ahead. We're going to talk about everything. Major spoilers. Let me tell you right now, if you don't want to know what happens in this movie, shut off this episode. But on the other hand, don't shut off this episode because we need the listens. Just turn it down.
We'll go down to 4 listeners.
Turn the volume off and just let it play out. Go see the movie and then come back and listen to it again. Double listens. Perfect. So, let's start with the soda you have. All of our guests have a soda in front of them except for me. We'll start with yours. John, what do you have?
We got Miss Pac-Man by Warp Tunnel. It's Warp Tunnel energy drink. I'm not sure who crafts it, brews it.
I don't think it's a thing that gets brewed.
Creates it. Makes it.
I don't know. But before we pour it, why don't we have each of our guests introduce their beverage? Yeah. Starting directly in front of me, we've got our good friend, you all remember him from the draft episode, Tony Baloney, the Cooperberg. What is up? What do you got for us this week?
First of all, I don't go by either of those things, so...
Oh, you do now.
Okay, I do now.
Tony Baloney, Cooperoni.
Cooperoni. All right, I'll take it. I have a Mighty Mouse Blue Cream Soda by Golden Records.
Mighty Mouse, I think that fits what we're talking about here today. It is very...
nostalgic.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And to clockwise of me, we've got another returning guest. You heard him last week.
Just last week. He talked about Fallout, The Wasteland. Eric Windsor Knott is in the building. What is going on, buddy?
Yes, we're living up those Thai royalties. Thank you, Windsor Knott, you jerk.
Yeah, no problem. So what soda do you bring for us today?
Today we're going down the Dreamboat Farrah Fawcett cream soda.
Yummy.
That's like kind of gross now that I hear it out loud when you say it like that.
Farrah Fawcett cream soda.
Let me get that Farrah Fawcett cream.
And it has the poster. The perennial
the
Farrah
poster.
Fawcett.
We'll post the link to that poster.
Yeah, so you can
Post
can
to a poster.
innocently look at it.
And then, last but not least, to my more direct clockwise direction fashion, new friend, Aaron, the 18-wheeler Waller. Aaron, do you like the nickname I just gave you?
I've got a lot of wheels, so it's cool.
Perfect. Thank you. What soda do you have for us?
I've got some Kong, some King Kong.
Some King Kong.
Yeah, who actually makes an appearance in the movie, by the way.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
true. Oh, he's the only
Very
one to
true.
actually
He's
make
the
an
only
appearance in
one
the
that actually
movie.
makes it, so.
Yeah. So
You
then,
picked it out like that. It's the only one that makes sense.
since
out of
he's
all
the only
ones.
one that really
But
makes
it's
sense,
It's true though.
Pac-Man wasn't in it, which he should have been, which we'll get into in a second.
Oh, yeah. Totally
Yeah, thank you, Tony, because, Tony and I, we read the book for sure. Eric read the book as well. Ready Player One. Yeah, let's start opening up these sodas. Everybody open up your
I want to
sodas.
get into it. This preliminary.
Who wants to pour for everybody first? You guys figure it out amongst you. I'm going to start talking
I think we
about
should
what
start with the Kong because it was the
Yeah.
only one. in the
Okay, yeah,
movie.
so we'll start with the Kong. Here, pour everybody a little bit of Kong in there, Aaron. So today,
That sounds dirty.
yeah, just a little
Wait
taste
till
of
we
it.
get to the cream ale.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Pour some of it right in front of that mic. We get a nice soundbite out of that.
Get some glass clinging there.
Go ahead, close your eyes at home and just pretend like you're pouring a glass of your favorite Kong
Very
flavored
fluffy.
soda.
Oh, delicious dirty gorilla.
Yeah, your dirty gorilla. Everybody take it in.
Here we go. Cheers.
That's a pretty standard cola.
Yeah, very much so.
Damn dirty apes!
Yeah, I don't really.
I just wanted to say
It's
that.
also a gorilla movie.
It's weird they put gorilla fur in it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little hairy, stuck
really
to your
thick.
teeth.
Viscous.
So let's use that to talk about the first part of this movie, or I guess just talk about anything about it. Let's start with the book. So, show of hands with your mouths. Say "I" if you have read the book.
Aye.
So that's Tony, myself, and Eric. Now,
What is half of I?
no, see,
Yeah.
I'm not counting you as reading the book. You don't count,
I
Aaron.
can't read in general.
Aaron and John have not read the book, so I think that's a good mix. Out of 5 of us, 3 have read it. As someone who's read the book, immediate snap reaction, Tony, yay or nay, did the movie hold up?
As compared to the book, no, it was very
Okay,
different.
I just want to snap judgment real quick. Eric?
Nope.
Okay, no, it did not fucking hold up. It had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry. They were fucking completely different.
See,
But
I think that's a little extreme, but we'll get into it.
we'll get into it.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed with this movie, straight up. I did not like it. I went into it with the lowest expectations possible, and by God, did they meet those low expectations. I knew it was going to be different. The book is never going to be... The old adage is the book is always better. I didn't like it. But before I soil your opinions, I wanted the opinion of Aaron and John. What did you think of it as someone who's never read the book? And I know you had a little bit of knowledge, Aaron, but step outside of that. For someone who didn't know how it ended, what did you think of this overall story? Was it fun? Did you enjoy it? What do you think?
I'll let John answer first.
That's really easy for me. I thought it was amazing. There was loud explosions and pretty lights. It was so dope. Oh my god, it was great. I want to watch it again.
What?
I was like half-mast the whole time.
Okay.
We have a Michael Bay fan here.
Yeah.
Yes. John is the epitome of a popcorn
I knew he was
moviegoer.
gonna call me that.
John.
Like popcorn moviegoer.
Well, it's
So
okay.
how
It's
do
not.
you get popcorn. You're all about popcorn. I know it's not.
When I say popcorn moviegoer, because I'm going to say it a lot. I want everyone out there to know, because you're probably one of them. I'm sure you are.
It's not a disease.
It plagues many people. But a popcorn movie is a movie that's designed to get people to go to theaters. You want to put an ass in a seat, so we put the right things, the right formula in front of your face.
That's what it was. Very formulaic.
There's nothing about it that's crazy flashy. It'll sell some toys. It'll make its money back. That's what Ready Player One was. It was a safe bet. There's a lot of stuff they could have done with it, and there's a lot of cool things, but it was a safe bet. Just like Ninja Turtles, safe bet. Fantastic Four,
Loved it.
safe bet.
Didn't love it.
Like, and this had Fantastic Four syndrome. This is something I've said before. Somebody just gave the writers, say, these are the characters, this is what happens, this is the A, B, and C, go nuts.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Except that the writer of the book actually did have quite a bit.
Which is crazy. That's crazy to me to learn. I had no idea of that, honestly, if he had a lot to do with the movie.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
he helped-
producer of it.
And he helped kind of punch up the screenplay along with Zach Penn. And I mean, a better title for this would have been Pop Culture Reference the Movie.
Yes.
Because,
Exactly.
like to John's
Pander
point,
City.
it is a feast for the senses. There is pretty lights, pretty sounds. There's constant visual draws for your attention, and it's all about, oh, look at this. Ooh, there's Kong. Ooh, there's the DeLorean. Fuck yeah, are they playing the Galaga theme? Yeah, oh my god, there's a Gundam? Robots punching robots? Yes!
Yes.
And then you're left with nothing. The movie's over. That's it. It is like a whirlwind, and then it spits you out on the other end and goes, see you next week, sucker.
Yeah. Thanks for your $12, you piece of shit.
I'll be that sucker.
No, okay. In that aspect, it wasn't a bad movie. It was visually pleasing. It had a lot of those I remember moments, but overall, it felt like a spit in the face of the book to me. And now, Tony, you're being real quiet, and I see you rubbing your chin. So first, I want you to start pouring everybody a little bit of your soda. Tell us what it's about, and then I want your opinion on what's going on here.
All right. Let me start pouring this here. We're pouring the Mighty Mouse Blue Cream.
Ooh.
Sounds gross. So yeah, I read the book. I love the book. It's probably one of like my top 5 favorite books ever. So I don't know. I really love the book. And
I would have to agree with you. It's on my Desert Island book list
for sure. And,
So you've read the book. It's near and dear to your heart. Have you read it more than once?
I have not, but I'm going to for sure
Okay.
now.
I definitely want to revisit it.
So okay, it's one of the, okay. So just to kind of give a reference, I've also read all the Dark Tower books, and I just recently, not too long ago, watched that. That one pissed me off way more than this one. This one, I thought the book is definitely better. First of all, I'm not saying it wasn't, and the movie wasn't great, but I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't feel like it was quite a spit in the face to me. I enjoyed the movie for what it was, but there was a lot of differences, a lot of stuff left out that was kind of a bummer. So I'm not fully satisfied, but I did enjoy it to an extent.
I want to touch on that because I understand, as somebody who likes movies in general and understands what it means to make a film, pacing wise, I get why stuff gets cut out of books. I get why some things are a little harder to convey in a few seconds as opposed to like having a full chapter devoted to them where you can understand and really know what the point is. The quarter, that pissed me off.
I agree with you.
Because that was such like a weird point in the book where he was so sure that he knew what this clue was and he put all this time into it and then he ended up with what was like almost nothing. And I felt like it took the power away from what that coin was, because in the book it's a huge reveal. Because you're like, shit, he just blew the fuck up. Now, what do they do? Do they start over? You know, what's going to happen? But he has that coin, and then you're like, oh yeah, that coin, Second Life, that makes total sense. That's fucking great. In the movie, the second he gets that coin, it's important. Mm-hmm. And it's incredibly obvious that coin is important. It's a MacGuffin. It's a setup. Like, you're supposed to know what it is right away, because the butler gives it to him twice and is like, no, you're gonna want this.
So basically,
wink.
Yeah.
You know, it was very on the nose, tongue in cheek, and it just, I didn't like it. I'm sorry. And speaking of things I don't like, the soda's on that list.
It's not great.
It smelled like birthday cake frosting, and then tasted.
We almost got birthday.
They did have birthday
watery
cake, so.
birthday cake frosting.
It's
What do
so
you think,
syrupy.
Aaron?
Well, I actually like the soda, but I'm a cream soda fan. So.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know. This one's just too sugary for me. I usually like cream soda too, but I'm gonna have to say nay on the Mighty Mouse.
I just want to point out something about that quarter part, though.
Please.
What you're saying basically is it's pushing and the foreshadowing into you without giving you a chance
Exactly.
to come to the realization yourself through the steps of the book.
It made me feel like they were saying, moviegoers, you're too stupid.
Yeah.
We're just going to spell this out for you because you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots.
I mean, I didn't think that in the movie, but I didn't get to that part in the book. So
Fair enough.
now that you guys are telling me that, I'm kind of excited to see that part play out when I
In the book, it's so much better in the book.
Yeah, I remember reading the book. You know, he gets the quarter, and you're like, "What the fuck is that all about?" And you had no idea. And then by the time you finally came back up, you had, I don't want to say forgotten, but mostly forgotten that was even a thing. And you were
Yeah,
like, "Oh
it's so
shit!" I was
backburner.
wondering what that was. And there's a couple parts I guess I'll bring up one other one if you don't mind.
Please.
You remember there's one part, and they don't even do any of this in the movie, which kind of bugs me. There's a part where they're all hanging out. I want to say it's in H's basement. And they're all hanging out, and all of a sudden, on their coffee table, magazines tip over. And no one knew what the fuck happened. Everyone's like, what was that? And they were just like, who knows? Just something fell over. And then at the very end of the book, you find out that it was Og was there, invisible, and accidentally knocked him over. Like, it's that same type of thing. It seemed so insignificant at the time. You kind of forgot about it by the time you found out what it was. And the movie definitely did not.
It didn't have that. I didn't like that he was the butler or like the curator or whatever they said. But that wasn't really like that. Just felt like very convenient.
Yeah.
Like at the end of it, like this Ogden Morrow guy shows up, which they botched that too. Like it was so much better the way they introduced him in the book. But it was just like he showed up out of nowhere to just like he's like, well, I'm just here to congratulate the guy who won. Of course, I've been watching at home. And then, like, he's like, also, I was the butler. Got him. Right. Like, you only got that coin because of me. And it just was very cheap. What do you think, Eric? As someone else who read the book, what did you prefer? The way that the coin was portrayed in the book or the way it was portrayed in the movie?
I like it much better in the book. But the movie, for me, it hit on a lot of notes of typical movie tropes. We started off with heavy narration. We were constantly being told what was going on versus being shown what was going on and being able to infer and create. And Spielberg does a really good job of world building. The problem is that he has to hook you as a viewer. And he does this trick, what's called I call it the Spielberg schmaltz, right? These little aw shucks moments. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That you if you're any semblance of intelligence, you see coming a mile away. Yeah. You know, because it's being forced upon you. This is something that's important. Remember this.
Yes.
That's going to come up, right? Or this is an evil character because he's doing evil things. Look at how evil he is. And then when he gets his comeuppance at the end, and he's sitting in the back of the cop car, you're like, ha ha ha, you got yours.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then hold on, we're going to put a little cherry on there. Now he gets punched in the nose. That to me was such like, as soon as they did that, that was such like a fucking like straight to DVD, like bullshit sequel to Inspector Gadget type.
Eight different times to try to kiss the girl. I don't want to make the same mistake that he did, so I'm going to take the leap.
The fuck you movie, yeah. Like I hate those moments where it's just like it's like they might as well be like, yeah, and I was like Ready Player One. Like those are those moments. And you know what? I'm really surprised that it didn't have, since we're talking about tropes, I'm just going to bring it up. One that I think I mentioned to you the last time we talked, and I could pick it out in almost any of these shitty, cheesy movies. The Michelangelo. There's always somebody in the movie who's there to call attention to how much fun everyone's having and how much fun you're supposed to be having with them. Ninja Turtles, how many times does Michelangelo go, "This is awesome! Hey guys who are watching the movie, remember, this is awesome!"
Taylor, I'll call that out. That happened in the film. That was the 11-year-old who was the most badass 11-year-old. Constantly talking about how this 11-year-old kicks so much ass. Don't be afraid to be an 11-year-old, let alone be an 11-year-old. Like, what kind of tempered beat was that for the whole third act? Weird, yeah. They hit on that note like
You're so
6
right.
different
And
times.
I was so blinded by anger that I didn't even realize.
I still laughed each and every time.
I didn't hate the 11-year-old. I mean, it was, now that you mention it, it was a little bit on the nose, but
it was just like, because he wasn't like that in
Ninjas don't kiss.
They were reserved, like Japanese kids.
Those two were definitely not what.
No, they were.
They didn't get.
They were just like fucking footnotes. They were speed bumps.
I actually thought the girl at the very beginning was probably better than he was, though. To be honest.
Which girl?
The girl that like threw down her controller and was screaming.
Yeah, that was more.
That was more entertaining.
It was just how it was. That'd been great.
It would have. I don't know. It was just. It missed so many things. I don't know. Before we get even more into it, I don't want to forget about more sodas. Eric, why don't you tell us what kind of soda you have
All right, gentlemen, it is time to spread the legs of Farrah Fawcett cream soda.
Yeah.
All right. While you're pouring that,
cream.
let's move on to the next topic because Farrah Fawcett is probably one of our favorite things of the 80s. So let's talk about our favorite things in the movie. I didn't like the movie as a whole, but I'm not going to be daddy fucking mean face over here, shitty opinion of everything. There were some fun parts in it.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean,
For sure. You know, T.J. Miller was good.
yeah.
You know, but
I
that's
do have
because
some comments on him when we get.
he was just T.J. Miller,
Yeah,
so
sure.
like that's why he was okay. You know, I don't love the kid who they got to be Parzival. What's his name? Ty Sheridan, Cyclops. Man, get yourself an acting job where you don't have to wear a visor, like straight up. You know, like your agent is typecasting you real quick. But no, he's one of those actors. He's like Kristen Stewart, where there's just no emotion. Aaron, are you a fan of Ty Sheridan?
No, actually, this is completely different. I have to ask because if I don't ask now, I'll probably forget. So the people that read the book is the creator of the Oasis. Is he really that awkward? Like that was
No.
more so than
That movie,
real weird dude.
Okay, and this is another thing that these like new like Fantastic Four, Power Rangers, Ready Player One, like look at all these cool, crazy things that are happening with the CG we didn't have 20 years ago type movies. There's always somebody that they're like portraying as on the spectrum, and that's very much what it felt like they were doing. And James Halliday did not feel like autistic in the book at all.
No.
No.
He was just like a dude who was like, he liked what he grew up. He grew up in the 80s, so he just liked that, and he was able to bring that to the forefront of like what he was doing. You know,
I think they boiled him down to a. I'm sorry, I hit the mic. I think they boiled him down to a basic stereotype of an awkward nerd, but they had to go even further, right, to really drive that point that he couldn't connect with
Yeah.
anything real or human.
Yeah, he
so he
was
lives in a computer world
far out there.
filled with his memories and self-masturbatory.
yeah.
And
It was, yeah. They just made him seem like a fucking shell of a person.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was much more subtle in the books. Like his
Yeah.
his nerdiness, geekiness, his anti-socialism, like was so much more subtle in the books, and it was way over the top in the book or the movie. Sorry.
yeah, because the movie made it seem like he was just like actively pushing people. Like he was almost like fucking Rain Man. Like it felt like there's so many parts where he was just like. He would say something. He's like, "Oh, I wish people would win. I want everyone to win. Everyone should win. Why can't we all just win?" And it's like, all right, we heard you the first time, dude. Like, and that's not even part of the clue. Like, come on, that. I get it. I don't want to step on like giving everybody somebody that they can look up to in a movie. Like, having a movie be relatable for all viewers. I really don't want it to get to a point where I'm like. Waving my flag around, like, keep my white people white, and I don't want any handicaps in my movie. That's not what I'm saying.
my granddad is ready to play
Yeah,
the one.
exactly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm glad that they're including everybody, but, like, do it in a less subtle way. Like, Days of Future Past wasn't a great movie, but something that I really loved about it was that they cast Peter Dinklage and never once made any mention to the fact that he is, like, a little person.
Right.
It had absolutely nothing to do with his role, never came up, was never a thing.
It was just Peter Dinklage.
He was just Peter Dinklage. So, like, that's fine. Like, do that. Like, I don't care. Like, put people in the movie. Like, put someone who's, like, visibly only has one arm in a character that might have had two in the book. Like, I don't care. Like, do shit like that. But when you are, like, forcing it on me to be like, hey, this guy, he's got something wrong. He's on the spectrum. So, just make sure you watch him. That's his deal. He's on the spectrum. So, just watch it. That's pandery. I don't like it.
Thank you.
It's just not for me, and it's sad that they do that. But something I do kind of like is this Farrah Fawcett cream soda. That's right. I'm not forgetting. I'm bringing it back.
It's pretty good.
It was better than the Mighty Mouse.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
Yeah.
It wasn't too much of a kick like that one. You're right.
Yeah.
It was a lot smoother.
It was a little. It almost tasted like the end of an Italian ice, like when it's just like the syrup
Yeah.
at the end. It's like if you got like a cream soda Italian ice, like that would be the end, like the butt of it. But it's like, oh, it's so good.
Almost tasted like the real Farrah Fawcett.
Exactly. Yeah. Tony knows from experience, bro. So that leaves us with one last beverage,
Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man.
This one's an energy drink.
Oh,
so
it's blue.
it's
Yeesh.
blue.
Another blue one.
Another blue beverage.
Joy.
Beverage. Who can pass that around. So then, I don't believe everyone said what they did like. Tony, what was your favorite part of the movie?
I really like the shining part. I like
the part was alright.
Well, that was well done. It looked so
like
legit.
it didn't. That wasn't in the book. I mean, at least not to that extent. There might have been a Shining reference. It's been a couple of years since I've read it, so I don't remember everything.
Yeah, I don't know if there could have been a Shining
but
reference.
I think it was just a reference. I don't think there. I mean,
There was
wasn't a whole
nothing
Nothing
like
like
that.
that. I thought that was really cool. Granted, I love The Shining, so it's like it's. I'm a little biased, but I really enjoyed that part.
I think a lot of us had that moment too when they first walked the door and they showed the lobby of the hotel. And we were
Yeah.
like, whoa, like,
As soon as they walked in, I was like,
Real
"Oh shit,
cool.
it's
Yeah.
the lobby!" And
No.
I would said like overlook like on the sign as they were walking in. And I thought that was pretty cool and stuff. So like that I liked, and of course the visuals were awesome. One thing that I liked is when they were all using their like robot things, but they never explained. I guess they kind of did how like you get in the beginning he got an item to get any robot he wanted for 2 minutes or whatever it was, but in the book they do a better job of explaining how everyone acquires their like robot abilities, and there was no Iron Giant like randomly like in the book, not like that at least. And
They put a lot of emphasis on the Iron Giant, and it felt almost like they did that purposely to call out that they had gotten the rights.
sure,
Like, hey, everybody,
exactly.
Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Like, just so you know, he's here, and he's part of the main crew. Iron Giant is
They
a good
literally
guy.
pretty much said that too. Where'd you get an Iron Giant? I know, no big deal. I'm building it.
Yeah, it's just like, which I liked that. I mean, I don't remember, and maybe Eric and Tony, you can set me on the right course here. Was H like a customizer in the book? Was that part of his thing? I just thought that he was like a really good like gunter, so like he was sponsored because that's what it was. Is if you're a gunter, because in the movie it made it seem like anybody who wants anything to do with this Easter egg hunt is a gunter.
I've actually read.
But so okay, so
I
then you
agree with
can
that.
so maybe you can confirm with this too. Maybe you've read it a little sooner because it's been like a year or two since I've read the book. But like in the book, a gunter is like somebody who's essentially like a bounty hunter. You know, like they're
dedicated to the quest.
Exactly. These are people who get paid by companies. Like they're all sponsored. And they kind of touched on it a little bit when they were like, "Oh, I watch Artemis's Twitch channel." Like, because in the book, people who are gunters have like people watching them do their thing all the time. They're like the popular celebrities of the Oasis, you know, for lack of a better term. So, people like H and Artemis and IROC are all known because they're gunters. So Parzival, that's a big part of it too. That I feel like kind of why Parzival is a deserving character in the book, but not in the movie. Is that like in the book he really does go from like rags to riches. You know, in the book the first clue is on the school planet, a planet that everybody is allowed to like access. That I was really pissed that the first one was a race. I don't think there was any race
nope,
in the book at all.
not a bit.
And it didn't feel realistic in the world of playing video games as we all do.
Yeah.
And
I think
no
that's-
one thought to go backwards. They've been cracking at this for 5 years, and no
always-
one thought to try to drive the other way.
Also, with that said, what it took word of mouth for everyone else to figure it out. Like, it wasn't broadcasted when he did it. Like,
Yeah.
everything's got to be recorded. It's a virtual world, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Like
Yeah, there was some
immediately,
also-
like people should have been like, "What is he doing?" And then and not a
Yeah.
single other racer stopped and like turned around. Like, you know, it was just so out of. It made no sense to me at all, and it was a really.
It looks cool. I mean, that's probably what.
But that was the thing. That's all it was. Is
That's
they were
all they
like,
put
"Well,
in
we
it
have
for.
the DeLorean, and we have all these other. How do we get all these famous cars into the movie without like having to explain
just
that
shut
you
up
can
every-
drive any car you want in the game?" And it's like not everything. People are not that stupid where like if there was a scene where like they all showed up to a club and each person is showing up in a different famous vehicle, that people would have been like, "What? How did he end up with the General Lee? He's just driving it to a party?" Like, it's not like it had to be in the context of a race for you to be like, "Oh, that's cool because you could have whatever car you want." So
Yeah.
like now I get why they have vehicles. It's like,
Or the dress up sequence. Which
Yeah.
feels like that felt so weird. Like,
so
what am I gonna
stupid.
wear to this party?
Yeah.
Should I wear
again,
this?
trope.
Should I do
yeah.
this?
Should
You
I
know,
be David Bowie?
I was waiting for the montage.
Yeah, a montage would have been better because it was like this whole movie is supposed to be about like 80s nostalgia. Like, a funny like
An 80s montage.
like a quick even quick like a throwaway joke, like a start of a montage, and then like a record cut. Like we're not having a montage. Like that would have even been better.
Or even the team coming together. At one point, did they become a clan?
Yeah, it was just
Because
like
all of a sudden it was like, oh, and they're the high five.
yeah.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. That was kind of weird.
That was such a weird left turn. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, because in the book, when these 5 people finally get together, it makes sense because like they've been like nipping at each other's heels for the whole book, and like the whole time they're like, no, we don't want to work with each other. We all work alone. And then it was like they were forced to work together. In this one, it was just like he's like, oh, Bully pushed me in the sand. I gotta call all my friends. You guys. Just told me that he knows where I live. We gotta get the guy. And everyone's like, you got it, Parzival. Like, we're gonna leave all of our super secret headquarters.
Yeah.
We're gonna just inexplicably fly from Japan to fucking Cleveland, Ohio, and show up in a van with H, someone who you've never met, but we have now. Like, fucking ridiculous.
And correct me if I'm wrong. In the book, it's probably been at least 2 or 3 years since I've read it.
Yeah.
H meets Parzival somewhat like in maybe like the middle of the book in person. Like she picks him up, and then but he doesn't meet the other two or Artemis until like after they win, right?
Yeah,
in person, like see each other face to face.
Yeah, exactly. So what happens in the book is Ogden so he gets attacked. The same thing happens essentially where he finds the first key, and then the Sixers are like, work for us, we're gonna fucking kill your family, and he's like, no, fuck you, and then they blow up his shit. Then
Sorry.
what? You not like the way I explain it?
No, I love it. I'm picturing that in the book. Fuck you, no, fuck you.
no, fuck you.
Fuck you, I'm not gonna do shit.
And then they blow up his shit.
Yeah, so they blow up Parzival's tower, and then he gets his own apartment and like goes on the lam, like just with his winnings from being sponsored through.
He
the
gets
egg
all
hunt.
yoked and shit. Like he
like shaves his body down, and he like gets fucking like swole as
Yeah.
fuck. He just like lives in this. He just like gets
That would have been an awesome montage.
That would have been a
He
great.
never
fucking
leaves his
montage.
apartment. He gets
Yeah.
all of his food brought to him.
Yeah,
and
he like
shit,
becomes
and-
a shut-in and just like sucks into the Oasis full time, and then Ogden Morrow reaches out to him and is like, hey, I know that the Sixers are like trying to fucking kill you, so why don't you come to me and we'll start a resistance? And he's like, sweet, I need H to come get me. So H is like, I'm gonna pick you up, and then they like meet, and it's so much better in the book because they
Yes.
just like it's described as just like an awkward staring at each other as fucking Wade realizes that his best friend has been like a 300-pound black woman this whole time.
Yeah.
And then they just start laughing. That would have been so much better instead of this bullshit like, I'm gonna grab you in a dark alleyway as a fucking red herring because you're being chased by people, and like I'm gonna say this bullshit quote that literally everybody knew the quote at the end.
First to the key.
First to the key, first to the egg. At the end, at the end of the movie when they're all this big war and everyone's fighting the Sixers together, everyone knew the quote, but there was no talk about the quote before then, indicating that anyone who's a gunter knows the quote, first to the key, first to the egg. All H does to prove to Wade that it's H is go, first to the key. Anybody could have fucking said that. And he was just like, oh, H, you're my best friend. Of course it's you. Like, oh, this is amazing. How convenient.
I think I can explain that.
Go ahead, please. If you could explain it, by all means.
I can explain that because they didn't really have much of a connection in the movie. So
I kind of agree. They made them seem so much closer in the book.
In the
they
book,
felt
yes.
so much better friends.
even the part that I've only read, just a little bit of the book, and that's actually some of my favorite parts that I've read so far, was the
H and
connecting,
Parzival, yeah.
especially the part where there's this guy that they don't like, and they have like a questionnaire competition. I think they did it in the movie between Artie and Percival, but in the book, I don't know if they do that in the book, by the way.
Which part now? I'm sorry.
When they're like questioning each other about the creator of the Oasis, which one knows more?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
What's his favorite game? What was his favorite pizza topping?
Yeah.
In the book,
Well, that was
H
like a,
and him.
that was like a thing that they did. Like, you know, they'd be like hanging out, and if it was like awkwardly quiet for too long, one of them would be like, "Oh, like, you know, what size was this shoe?" You know, and that was always like kind of like a one-up pissing contest for them.
Yeah, well, there was this one guy in the book that was basically a bully, you know, because Percival didn't have anything, and he knew that.
IROC. That was
IROC.
IROC.
That was
Yeah.
That
Okay.
IROC is one of the characters I had a big problem with. But finish your point. I'll talk about that later.
Well, I was just saying that they didn't really have much of a. It was basically just you're supposed to know that these two are best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't know what the backstory is between them two. You know, so I think maybe that's why there's just they don't really have much of a connection in the movie to connect those two characters.
But it could have
together.
been so easy. Like, they could have given them a less generic, like, best friend catchphrase. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it could have been something as stupid as, like,
It's as stupid as one of my favorite '80s movie or '90s movie, you know, catchphrase, which is "Dylan, you son of a bitch."
yeah, like they
You
could
know,
have
and
just
then all of a
any of
sudden they're
that.
locking arms, and you know they're broing out, right?
Exactly.
There was,
Like, or
there
like,
was no exposition leading up to that. 'Cause
Why
it's
not,
the
like-
first 2 minutes of the
What's
film.
wrong, Dylan? The CIA have you pushing too many pencils?
like they could have just had them do even like call each other like goose, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like just it's just like anything like that would have been so much better, but they didn't, and that's where it comes back to, like I said, Fantastic Four syndrome. Is they had 12 people in a room who were supposed to write it, and they said, here's what the characters' names are, here's a brief kind of like idea of what they do, what they like, here's the A, B, and C of the story. Other than that, we don't care what you do because it's so open-ended.
Well, that's like what you, and Eric were talking about before we even saw the movie, that it should have been broken up into like 2 parts or
Yeah.
maybe a mini, like a limited.
It shouldn't have been
miniseries.
one thing. There's too much going on in it. If you do it with one movie, it's going to feel rushed, squeezed in, and pandery. If you did it over a few, it probably would have felt too dragged out, which is the problem. And I'll be the first to admit it. Like it's one book where I personally believe it should have been a trilogy because the book is presented in a trilogy. There's 3 keys. 3 is a big part of it. Rush is a huge part of the book, which that was really upsetting that there wasn't even like.
Those T-shirts.
They had a poster.
They had a
H was
poster
wearing-
at the end, yeah.
H was wearing a Rush T-shirt.
Fuck H. I don't care.
Saying, you're saying there's no
fuck that.
reference. It was in there.
No, see, one of the fucking clues in the book is based on like
know,
straight up
I
fucking
know.
Rush lyrics,
We talked about
and they
this.
didn't even have a Rush song play in the whole fucking movie. No Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer would have been such a better song to play in that fucking battle scene than what did they play? I don't even remember because it was that unmemorable. What was this like? Come on, feel the noise, right?
Some shit like that.
It was like something stupid
We're not
bullshit.
gonna take it.
We're not gonna.
Yeah,
take
we're not
it.
gonna take
Fuck
it.
that. That's not even like nobody goes. Do you know what reminds me of the '80s? We're not gonna take it. By what is that? Twisted Sister or some shit? Yeah, the D. Snyder really is the epitome of the '80s to me. Fuck you, Steven Spielberg. Like, how could? I mean, I know I'm getting really angry right
I'm
now.
getting angry.
Everyone's like just like looking
So
at me.
I'm going to take time to deflect,
He's gonna
and
be
let's
smooth.
let's go back to Tony's dissertation on IROC.
Yeah.
Okay.
What-
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off,
no, it's
but
totally fine.
I don't want to forget about this energy drink. Since we're talking about shitty stuff, this energy drink sucked. This last Pac-Man drink was absolutely terrible. We're going to move past it. Did anyone else think differently? Did anyone like the energy drink?
Yeah, it's like tart candy.
John, you
Yeah,
also
I
liked
ca-
the movie, so you don't get an opinion.
I didn't agree.
He took that right from me. I was gonna do that.
Awful. Okay.
I didn't love it. It was a lot more sour than I thought it would be. But it was. I wouldn't drink it. Regularly.
I wouldn't get another one. Okay, so IROC. Let's talk about it. What about him did you not like? You
It
said you
wasn't
had your
necessarily
opinion.
something I didn't like, and I could. It's also partially me not remembering everything, but he didn't start off as his henchman, as what's his name, Sorrento's henchman at
Sorrento.
all. Like he was just another Gunter dude that hung out with H and them. He was kind of like an acquaintance, kind of like a bully, kind of a dick.
Huh.
But he wasn't at all what he was. He wasn't like Sorrento's right hand man in the Oasis.
Yeah.
Like and
I don't even remember them really pairing up at all in the book. Did they pair up like to the point where it would be that significant that they had to make it a beat in the movie?
I don't remember that much.
I want to say there was a part where IROC like double crossed, and I could be wrong, but I almost feel like there was
That
a
makes
point
sense. Well, because
where he
IROC
double
was a
crossed
dick,
him.
but the thing was, is he's a dick in the sense that he's a gun for hire. So like
Exactly.
he'll sell any. He just wants cash. So like if Sorrento's like, hey, I'll pay you $5 million to tell me like Parsifal's real name, IROC's gonna go, oh yeah, that's Wade Watts. Give me my money. Like to him, he doesn't care. He doesn't realize that's like what his main part in the book was. But in the movie, he was like the MacGuffin bad guy. He was the sidekick.
Yeah, that's what seemed weird, is because he wasn't that way at all in the book, or at least not nearly to that extent. And that
T.J.
it
Miller
felt
costs
weird.
too much to be a throwaway character.
I guess so. That's probably exactly what it is. When I read that T.J. Miller got the role of IROC, because this is, 2 years ago or something when they announced the cast, or at least part of it, a year and a half.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I can't believe they got such a big name to be such a minor character. And they did, he's in the movie more than he's in the book, I think.
Absolutely.
But, and I enjoyed him. I like T.J. Miller,
No, I like that
recent
too.
legal troubles aside.
He was
Yeah.
actually funny.
I did too. I thought he was great, but I just it seemed it was such a drastic change, and I didn't think that it was super necessary. Like,
no.
I don't know, they could have had anyone be that role.
So, yeah, Sorrento didn't need like a guy on the inside. Like he could have just been one of the Sixers. In the book, though, like Sorrento is like described as someone who's good at Oasis, like someone who can hold his own in a fight.
Yeah, and he was a dipshit in the movie.
And, the movie here, he's he's your
Writes his
classic.
password down on a sticky note.
Yeah, see, like, and this is. I don't want to give it credit because this movie doesn't deserve any credit, but I will say that like if they were trying to make the movie seem like a really cheesy '80s movie by having like the worst villain ever and having him being like a bumbling idiot, then they achieved that because he was a fucking jackass idiot bad guy. Like he's just like everyone's like, well, sir, your power is crumbling around you, and I feel like you should think about other things. And he's like, no, we're gonna take out the one bad guy, okay? Wade Watts is on my list now, and he's gonna pay for it. I should not know his name, all right? So I'm gonna take down this Parsifal.
Get me more pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's how he felt through the whole thing. And it's like, even to the point where like he gets kicked in the crotch at the end, and it's like.
Yeah, that was great.
Turned into Home Alone burglar bungling at that
Yeah,
point, where
it was
he's just like,
fucking stupid.
yeah,
And
you
like,
can't get me. Can you feel this?
yeah, I'm the
change,
big
you
guy. Yeah,
filthy animal.
it's the same as like where he gets elbowed in the face in the cop car at the end, where he's like it's just like, oh, he's the bad guy. He could get endlessly hurt.
Huge spoilers, right? When he has the gun on Wade
Yeah.
in the van. In the real world, he'd have just shot him.
He'd have
Yeah.
pulled that
No hesitation.
motherfucking trigger.
For
Not a
once,
question.
he grew a set of balls and got a gun and went to go do the job himself. And you're telling me he's just going to stand there in
Yeah, and then,
awe
like-
at his glowy fingers and go,
Yeah, it wasn't even like
he won, damn it.
it was like everybody had like was being like in awe of seeing an actual egg in his hands, but his fucking gloves were just like sparkly, and everyone just looked at it like, oh, that's it. That's the meaning of everything. Like everybody, put your guns down. Like war is over. Like come home. Like we did it. We did it. We are just
High five.
hot.
No, then they did a high wire kissing scene. Yeah, they did a Matrix kiss.
They did a Spider-Man.
No, he'd be hanging upside down if he was doing a Spider-Man kiss.
All right. Well, this movie is just this is awful.
This fucking movie.
Let's get some final thoughts on this movie and then go into what I consider an activity for this week. But let's go round robin. I want you to tell me, on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, where do you rate this movie, and would you see it again? And would you recommend it? Is a good one too, Eric. Thank you. So let's start with our newest friend, Aaron.
The Muscle Man Waller.
First, yeah, Aaron the Muscle Man,
18-wheeler.
18-wheeler Waller. The 18-wheeler Waller.
Oh, trucking.
10-4 rubber ducky. What, on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, what do you rate this movie?
So, can I rate it and then explain my
Yes,
rating?
please,
Okay.
I would love for you. This is not just like a give me a number and be done with it. People want to know.
Okay, well, I've read only maybe a quarter, halfway through the book.
It changes every time you tell us that, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
He's actually finished it. Just kidding.
You can't read.
I done messed up.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's actually Ernest Klein.
We've had him this whole time. No, okay, so your rating and your opinion.
Okay,
Here we
so 3.
3 stars, okay.
Because, you know, it doesn't match up to the book. But you've got, I mean, like, you kind of just have to go in there knowing that and expecting that and then just enjoying it as it is. I've seen a lot of really bad movies. I'm a really big fan of Mystery Science Theater.
Okay.
So I can compare that to some really bad stuff, and I'd much rather watch this one. I think it's worth going to see it in theaters at least once, especially in a matinee price.
Okay.
And then maybe seeing it on TV, you know, a year later or something like that.
Okay,
or if
so
you own it on a sale.
Would you recommend it?
I would recommend it to people that are like us, that have around our generation and have the like the experience with the video games that you're playing, and just to see these things together in a film, because I don't know how often that has
You'll get
ever
that
opportunity
opportunity.
or
Just-
will happen.
So as far as where it's like, as far as pop culture romps go, it's really not going to get much better than this. So why not check it out while the
And
iron's hot?
Plus the nostalgia of it really does
Okay.
a good thing, because they've got a lot of like Easter eggs in there for the viewers to you can pick
For sure,
out.
yeah, that, I can imagine that there's going to be shit in there for
Oh, yeah.
for weeks
There's
and months that are going to get
so
picked
many
apart.
YouTube
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
probably
There's
being
so many
developed.
things I can only imagine, yeah. So, okay, I respect it. Thank you for your opinion, Aaron. Now, on to the next victim, Eric. As someone who's read the book, give me your rating on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. What are you going to give this movie and why?
I'm going to give it 2 fire trucks.
Okay, why are we getting 2 fire trucks?
Because that's what I played with as a kid. 2 fire trucks. No, I'm gonna go with the 2. Honestly, I feel like it's a dumb movie for you to just put on while you're doing laundry or any other inane task or chore around the house. It's quotable. I mean, we've been quoting it this whole time
Fair
since
enough.
we just got back from the movie. But in terms of, did it succeed in my expectations from the book? No. I think at some point, some executive from Hollywood will adapt this into a miniseries on Netflix or Amazon, and I'll probably enjoy that more so than the film. But the film-
inevitable redo will be better.
The film is something that you can go and watch and see, no matter who you are, whether it's kids will enjoy it because it's got a whole bunch of stuff.
Definitely good for kids.
Young adults will enjoy this film. Young at heart will enjoy this film because it's got some cool visuals. But yeah.
Okay.
2.
So would you recommend it?
That's a Ready Player Nope.
Okay.
Ready Player No.
John, Mr. You're like the seed of our group that would be like the outside view. Like
Yeah.
this is what the general public
I'm the
thinks. So
popcorn movie goer.
let's get the
Can't read.
yeah. Let's get your basic newbie opinion on movies.
I give it 5 explosions.
5 are you really gonna give this movie 5 stars? I want to just stop
No,
right
I-
now
I-
and on a real
honestly,
level.
a 4.
I want to, John.
Okay.
Let's get real for a
Please,
second.
please,
Let's
all
pretend
right.
like Tony, Eric, and
He
Aaron
said
are in the
fire
room.
trucks. I thought I could go with the.
No, well, we all knew that
the
he
scale
meant 2
is 6, so
stars.
it's 5 out of 6.
But it's not about what you're using as your scale here, John. I want to make sure that you are admitting that you want to give 5 stars to Ready Player One.
You
Is that
did
something that you want to?
You don't even let me backtrack at all.
I'm just
I'm
asking.
trying to change my answer.
Before you go, I just want to make sure that that's something that you're willing to accept is going to be like part of your history as a human being.
He's giving you an extra life.
People at your
My
when
Wikipedia.
you
He's giving you an
die,
extra life. Flip
when
the
you
coin.
die,
Just a quarter.
when I'm at your funeral giving a eulogy, and go, one time he gave Ready Player One 5 stars. So that just goes ahead and shows you what kind of person John
And
is.
then the grave.
His death was his fault.
And then everyone's gonna leave. They're gonna go, "Oh, I didn't know
Fuck
that."
that guy.
It'll just be you there.
No, okay, go on. I'm sorry.
I'll be there with beer.
Yeah, well, exactly. We'll pour one out for one's homies.
Thank you. Yeah. Aaron with the screen
Okay,
photos.
no, but John, go ahead. Give me your.
No,
I will let you
honestly,
have a few seconds.
I'll
Give a real
I'll
opinion.
give it a 4 to 5. Just
Okay.
it's not
Why is
the
that?
best movie in the world? Because there's Aaron hit a lot of notes. It's pretty. It's awesome. It's great. Pop culture's everywhere. It's just an explosion of all that. And it's a simple movie. I'd say see it in theaters. I'd recommend that because it's so visual. I think that visual effects always go like underrated in movies because people want a good quality movie with a story and plot. Look at a 4K TV. Yeah. I just watch it at home. Yeah.
Fucking nitwit.
Fucking
Sorry, I'll save that for another episode.
Real strong opinions about watching movies at home.
It was paced weird. There was a lot of things that felt like one thing when I watch a movie after a book is you can kind of tell some of the decisions were like it didn't really flow right. That felt weird. That was probably like a movie thing, like the Iron Giant, for example. It was really forced. The 11-year-old kid. Like that's a lot of just. It just didn't feel natural. Feel like movie decisions. Money.
Stuff like that
people,
wouldn't happen in a book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And it didn't.
There was that there. That does kind of turn me off a little bit, but. Damn, it looks so cool and it sounded neat.
You know what? I'll admit, I'm very happy that there wasn't a scene with like lightsabers or like, and nobody. There was no like, "I'm your father," or like one of those dumb like call outs to like a really like big quote of movies. You know, like there was never like a.
But Wade, what do you choose, the girl or the egg?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's just like there wasn't anything like that, which was really nice. Tony, so that's a 4 out of 5 stars and a would recommend from John.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, what do we got? Out of 5 stars, would you recommend? What are you rating it?
I'll give it a 3.25.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and say 3
Wow, that's
because we're
really
not doing
technical.
0.5.
Yeah.
But
3.17643. No,
that's right smack dab in the middle, like Aaron. So
yeah,
why?
okay, call it 3.
Yeah.
Again, I enjoyed it. I liked the movie, but I didn't love it. I almost wish I didn't read the book first. I feel like if I didn't read the book, I would have liked it a lot more. But because like naturally, I'm comparing everything to the book. It's like inevitable. If you've read it, you're going to compare everything to it, and I feel like that made me like it a little bit less than I would have had I not. I mean, there's so many differences. Like the whole not meeting meeting everyone so much earlier, and like him and Artemis's relationship developed so much differently in the book and more organically, and I enjoyed that more in the book. There's certain things that all in all, I did like it. It looked awesome. It was fun. Like Aaron was saying, like there's so much nostalgia and pop culture in there. Like it's good fun.
You almost can't hate it for that reason.
Yeah, it's kind of like you were saying, Taylor. Like there's so much shit that makes you be like, oh, hey, I know what that is, all in one spot. Like that's fun for everybody. So like that part of it, I thought was fine.
Yeah.
As far as whether or not I would recommend it, I would recommend it to everyone. On like, I wouldn't recommend it to see it in theaters for anyone that's read the book because you're going to be pissed that you spent money on it. Although it looks cool, but you're going to be more pissed if you spend that much money on it to go see it. But I would recommend it to everyone to at least check it out.
I appreciate that opinion because I'm pretty similar. I'm going to give it a 2. I'm with Eric on this. I was a little more disappointed. Not just so much that I read the book, but just as like a moviegoer, like the way I watch my movies, it hit on so many wrong notes for me like me personally. I've talked about anyone who's ever talked movies with me. John knows this. Like this movie had all the same beats as like Power Rangers and like Ninja Turtles and all that. I know I brought them up a couple of times, but it had the same beats. And it hurt even more because Ready Player One was something that was pretty close to my heart. Like I read it cover to cover. Like as soon as I got it, I couldn't put it down. There are very few books that do that to me, and almost every book that's done that to me has been ruined by a movie. Oh. Like Holes was one of them. The Giver was also another one, and then now Ready Player One. So I go into it expecting like it's a. Everyone knows you got to know the book's always better than the movie, blah, blah, blah. There's more time to flesh things out, etc. But it was just the fact that they decided to go the pandery route instead of like the methodical, well thought out route. So I'm going to give it a 2. I would agree with you, Tony. I don't recommend that you pay to watch this movie. if you've read the book. If you are a mom that's got to get your kids out of the house and you want a movie that all of you guys can sit down and watch, go to this movie. You want a movie that like you and your buddies can go to stoned and like not have to pay attention to, not have to read any subtitles, go see this movie. Like, you know, if you hate reading at the movie theater, this is for you. So, and on that, an average score from us today has come to a 2.8. So I guess that's a check it out from the Will Be Your Friends rating scale. So on to this week's activity, because we are an hour deep right now, and we haven't even gotten into the activity. So thank you guys for being able to stick that out. Yeah, now the actual fun happens. So, seeing that this movie was incredibly 80 themed, I thought it'd be funny to do some trivia on the 80s. And let's see who was most present in the 80s or paid attention the most. You all have been given the patented dry erase board of Will Be Your Friends, except for John, because we only have 3 and there are 4 of you.
No room in the budget.
And he was
No
late.
room in the budget, yeah. And he was there. So, just 10 straight up, easy, multiple choice questions. We'll go through them. If you could write down when you get a point on your board so we can do points at the end because I don't have anything in front of me to keep track, that would be awesome. Let's get into it. Question number 1. Which of these movies was not released in the 80s? A. The Goonies. B. Gandhi. C. Ghostbusters. Or D. Goodfellas.
Should we just write the letter, or
Yeah, you just write the letter.
okay?
Whatever you, when you're ready, you can go ahead and put your answer in the air. So we got Tony with Goodfellas. We've got John, also Goodfellas. Eric's also going to say Goodfellas. Everyone around the table is saying Goodfellas, and you guys are all correct. Goodfellas was not made in the 80s. I don't know when it was made. I have no other knowledge past that.
Has anybody ever watched Gandhi?
No.
Yeah, I've watched Gandhi.
I've not seen Gandhi.
Ben Kingsley, though, I know that.
It's my
What's
wife's
up?
favorite film.
Is it really?
Yeah, she loves that movie anytime it's on. And oddly enough, Goodfellas is my favorite movie.
Huh.
Anytime that's on, put it on.
Really?
It's right now. It's on Netflix. I've watched it probably 8 times this month.
Can I be honest? I don't think I've ever actually seen it all the way through in one sitting.
Oh, we gotta make you a Goodfellas. You gotta come over to my house. You gotta
I think
watch
it's
this
because I
movie.
grew up in New York that I just like I have like a firm hate for Italians and Joe Pesci like characters.
This is such a great.
Oh, I was gonna say
album.
Joe Pesci. This is like
Hey
his
yo,
movie.
it's Joe Pesci over here. What kind of joke to you? What's going on? Am I like a clown?
Am I funny?
Am I funny to you? Am I like Rita Rudner? So everybody gets a point for that last round. Goodfellas not made in the 80s. Question number 2. Which of these presidents was not in office at any point during the 1980s?
No way.
Ooh.
Okay.
A. George H.W. Bush.
Bugs Bunny.
Can you read the question one more time? I'm sorry.
Which of these presidents did not serve during the 80s?
Okay.
So from 1980 to 1989, one of these guys was not president.
Got it.
George H.W. Bush. B. Ronald Reagan. C. Jimmy Carter. Or D. Gerald Ford. As soon as you're ready, everybody can go ahead and put their board in the air. Flip it around once everybody's got their boards in the air. All right, so Tony says C, Jimmy Carter. John says A, Bush, which is also Eric's answer, Bush. And then Aaron says D, Gerald Ford. The answer is D, Aaron.
I almost put.
Now
D.
you're at 2 points. I'm just going to go ahead and turn my computer just to make sure he's not looking.
I totally am not.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on the first 2, but Gerald Ford, that's got me suspicious. Like, nobody just knows presidents.
In general.
Oh, shifty side eye. Question number 3.
Shit.
I did not read these questions beforehand. And
Does this mean if I lose on question 3, you're gonna?
no. This is just, it's just funny because, so the questions that I looked up were just like questions about the 80s.
Yeah.
And this question seems like it's only on the quiz because it has the number 80 in it. If an alcoholic drink is 80 proof, what percent alcohol is it?
Okay. Well,
A 40, B 80, C 120, or D 160? If anything, this question probably is the most relatable to Ready Player One.
Reread the question again.
If an alcohol bottle is labeled as 80 proof, how much alcohol is in it? What's the alcohol percentage?
Okay.
Is it A 40, B 80, C 120, or D 160? Put your board in the air when you're ready.
I don't drink that much.
Me either. All right.
I have no idea.
Everybody says 40 except for Aaron, who says 160. We got it flipped this time. Everybody's right except for Aaron. The answer is 40. It's 40%. 80 proof is 40%. If you didn't know, like I didn't.
now you know.
Well, now you know. And if you don't know, now you know. N-word. Whoa. Getting racy. Question 4. Which of these years was not an Olympic year? 1980, 1982, 1984, or 1988?
Dad, I don't know.
Everyone's doing the math. I'm gonna guess.
It's easy if you know when they do the Olympics.
It's every 4 years.
It is. All right, so everyone's got their answers up.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm guessing too.
All right, so Tony says that 82. John says 1980. Eric says 1980. And Aaron says 82. Tony and Aaron are correct. 1982 was not an Olympic year. Every 4 years. So 80, 84,
I'm
and
gonna use that
88.
information in the
All
future.
divisible by 4. Quick maths.
I was trying to think of like this and go back every 4 years.
That's an even more difficult way, I think, to approach it.
Well,
I
I
always
don't know when it
I always
started.
start with the Dream Team in '92. That's how I always remember it.
I
Yeah.
There you
wasn't
go.
even thinking about that.
This one is going to be real easy, but a question that's near and dear to my heart. And has to do with the jersey I'm wearing. It's Back to the Future related. In the 1985 movie Back to the Future, how fast does the DeLorean have to go in order to time travel? I'm not even going to give you guys choices because you should just fucking know it.
88 miles.
There you go, 88.
It's on your fucking sleeve.
That's a point. Yeah, it's all fucking over me. So you guys all get a nice little MacGuffin point there. Question 6. Which of these 1980s horror books was not written by Stephen King?
Oh, it's easy for me.
Eric. Stephen King.
He's the one that wrote Goosebumps.
Right, totally.
All of his books took place in Maine.
Well, that's his pen name, R.L. Stein.
I think we broke Taylor.
This is definitely one of the more fun
That's
episodes.
books.
Okay, is it A, It, B, Hellbound Heart, C, Misery, or D, Pet Cemetery? Which one was not written by Stephen King?
That one's easy.
All right, everyone got their answer up. Put it up as soon as you're done. You just show it off. Everyone says B, and you're all correct.
That
You
was
didn't write-
Clive Barker.
Did you? Is that actually a Clive Barker book?
Look it up.
I'm not. I believe
It
you.
is a Clive Barker book.
I believe it.
Look it up. He was actually genuinely asking. Do it. Try me.
All right, this one is. I think
It's
everyone
only
is going to have a real easy time with this since we're all sports heads. Which NBA team won the league championship 5 times during the 80s? A, the Los Angeles Lakers. B, the Chicago Bulls. C, the Boston Celtics. Or D, the Detroit Pistons? Who won 5 league champions during the 80s?
God damn it! Read it again. The answers.
A, the Lakers, the Los Angeles Lakers. B, the Chicago Bulls. C, the Boston Celtics. Or D, the Detroit Pistons.
Sorry.
That was a good woo fa. That was like the gong we needed. I'm gonna just start hitting the mic as the sound for like the round to be over because it sounded like a gong.
Could you hear that?
No, that's two different answers.
Those are two different answers. Which answer?
Do you want B or the Lakers?
5 is B and 6 is Lakers.
Okay.
Oh, he hasn't. He hasn't.
No, this
I
is
don't have
question
a damn
7,
marker
by
board.
the way.
I know.
So, okay, everyone's got their answers up. Tony says the Lakers, John says the Lakers, Eric says the Bulls, and Aaron also says the Bulls. 2 of you are right, 2 of you are wrong. Which one is it? Tony and John are correct. The
Nice.
Lakers won 5 times.
Bulls were in the 90s where they won the
Yeah.
five.
Yeah, I was wondering if it
Bull,
was
yeah,
90s or 80s.
Space Jam, hello.
Space Jam, that's
John, it's
That's how
time
John
to
gets
slam
all of his
now.
sports knowledge is from Space
Well,
Jam.
I thought Space Jam was like.
Everybody
early
get up, it's
80s,
time to
like
slam
early
now. We got a real
80s.
thing going down. Welcome to the Space Jam.
Space Jam.
This is your chance. Do your dance at the Space
And
Jam.
the
all right.
The classic "I Believe I Can Fly" by R. Kelly is also on that soundtrack.
Dude, there's so much. You know what? Save it, because Space Jam's another episode. I think we could talk for
Damn
days
right.
about Space Jam.
Same crew for Space Jam.
We're going to just do it back to back. We'll hit pause, and then we'll just go straight into
I haven't
Space
seen it
Jam.
in like 12 years though.
Let's go watch Space Jam right now. Episode over. Plugs, end.
Marvin the Martian is in the movie, by the way.
That is a
In Ready
fact.
Player One. he's
Yes.
Oh,
You saw Marvin the Martian in Ready
Yeah,
Player One?
He was in there.
I
did
didn't.
not
I didn't
see
see it
You
either.
could be real life, you could be a cartoon. You could
When he
Right
said
across the
cartoon,
screen.
my eyes started going around the screen. 'Cause I was like, "Where's this
Right on the
cartoon?" So I
bottom.
probably missed it.
Yeah.
'Cause
It
I
was
your boss.
actually kind of dark, so I really only
Fucking
told by his helmet.
stupid movie.
I like how we all thought he meant he was in
Space Jam. I was like, yeah, I know.
Yes,
That's exactly what.
thank you.
He was in there too.
You don't say.
I'm smart.
Okay, back to the quiz.
Well, did you guys know Michael Jordan was in that too?
Thank you.
The Michael Jordan.
The Michael B. Jordan. from-
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan was in the movie.
Well, you know, Michael B. Jordan. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, like in Space Jam, Michael B. Jordan.
He does.
Yeah,
He
I
B.
mean,
Jordan
He
as
B.
hell.
Jordan for sure.
B. Jordan all the time.
He B. Jordan
Yeah,
AF.
I don't think there's ever a time where he's not being Jordan. But anyways,
Question number 8.
When he's in
question
baseball.
number 8. Number 8 on the 80s quiz. In what language does the number 86 translate to octoginta et sex?
What?
What?
Fuck, you just called me.
In what language does the number 86 translate to
Okay.
octoginta et sex?
Whatever site you use just found things with 80 in it. That's,
Yeah,
That's how
this
you're
is-
getting, we're getting math.
This is bar trivia, so I don't know what bar this is at, but they obviously don't want you to win. Answers are A, Spanish,
Like
B,
it matters.
Italian, C, Latin, or D, Portuguese.
Good lord.
Portuguese.
This is what, number 8?
This is number 8. So put your answers in the air like you just don't care. Tony says C, Latin. John says C, Latin. Eric says C, Latin. And Aaron has a quizzitive B for Italian,
B?
which is wrong because the answer is Latin, C. Everybody except Aaron gets a point. I hope you've been keeping track of your points, Aaron.
I have. Oh, Aaron.
I have one.
I hope everybody's keeping track of their points. Because you will, if you have 0 points written down on your board, that's how many points you have at the end.
We're not playing for stuff, right? So
So that means
We
if
just
I-
said that as a red herring. I've got a great prize, and now you're out of the running. Question number 9. What model Ford was the top-selling car in America in 1982, 87, and 88? The Mustang, the Taurus, the Festiva, or the Escort?
What were the years again?
82, 87, and 88.
And what were the makes again?
Mustang, Taurus, Festiva, and Escort. All right, everybody ready? Put your answers in the air. We got A, Mustang for Tony. D, Escort for John.
That's what.
Escort is what Eric says is written on there, so I'm going to have to take his word for it. And A, Mustang for Aaron. Again, another 2-2 split. Who's right and who's wrong? Tony and Aaron are wrong because
Damn.
it's the Escort.
I almost said Escort.
John only picked Escort because he thought it was funny.
Escort.
Yeah, I know
said
you
only John got
No. You guys both got it right, but I'm saying the only reason John picked it is because he's a fucking pig.
Oh, I
Actually,
was
just
trying to
thought
think about.
practically-
trying to think-
Escort.
He's thinking about hookers.
Yeah, he didn't care if he got it right or not. He just wanted to write the word
John,
escort.
come on. What the fuck is the matter with you?
That's it,
Jesus.
John.
Dick
God
out,
damn it.
shitting.
Fuck.
The worst human being.
Pants! Question number 10. Which of these NFL positions traditionally chooses a uniform number between 80 and 89?
God damn
It's
it,
fucking
Cody.
stupid.
I
Is it
already
A, cornerback, B, center, C, wide receiver, or D, fullback? Answers in the air when you have them. Wave them around like you just don't care.
Stop waving. I did.
He told me to.
We got
It's wide receiver. I put.
Tony says wide receiver, John says wide receiver, Eric says fullback, and Aaron says wide receiver. Everybody except Eric is correct because it's a wide receiver. So
I just picked a letter.
They can also now pick between 10 and 19.
Ooh,
Just-
there's a fact.
Hey, we're all going to use that information you just.
Yeah,
gave us.
that's something that'll be used in my everyday life. So, for those of you who were keeping track of your score, where are we at? Tony, how many points do you have?
8.
John, how many points do you have?
7.
Eric, how many points do you have?
6.
Aaron, we don't know if you won or not.
0.
Because you have 0. We don't remember. Maybe after Taylor edits it, he'll know and he can be able to redact it, but probably not. And
I
that's
don't
what you
really
get
care.
for not paying attention. Tony is our 80s trivia master. And I didn't have Tony Baloney Cooperoni, the San Francisco treat.
Cooper.
That's it, Tony. Your nickname from now on.
That
is
better
the San
not
Francisco
stick, goddammit.
Tony is the San Francisco treat. I am Taylor.
I've
John,
never even fucking been to San Francisco.
That's the treat.
Fair enough, fair enough. I'll
That's
take
it.
it.
Does anybody at the table have anything they want to plug? Anything that they feel like talking about? I didn't think so. My name is Taylor. I've been your host. This has been a great episode. And remember, if nobody else will,
We'll be your friends.
goodbye. Hey, everybody. What did you think of today's podcast? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did we not mention something that you think we should have? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then drop us a line at WBYF Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Join the discussion at our Facebook, facebook.com/WBYF Podcast. And for any inquiries about episode ideas, being on the show, fan art, or anything you want us to see personally, send an email to WBYFpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening, and remember, if no one else will, then we'll be your friends.